Hey campers! Hey campers, welcome back to Camp Insomnia. Woo! Woo! Yeah. Woo! You're here. I am your head camp counselor, Zach.
And I'm your head camp counselor, Devon. Hello. How y'all doing?
Hi, you guys. Welcome to camp. We are a paranormal and true crime podcast. We hope you guys are doing great. And yeah, welcome to another episode around the campfire. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. That's that. If you're new here, welcome. We're kooky, and I hope you checked in with Camp Mom and she got you all signed in.
Yeah. Signed in safely. Made sure you got your care packages, all your bedding. Sorry, little Timmy peed on the other packet. It's okay.
Yeah, and you have, your survival kit, your first aid kit, your demon expelling kit, because you're going to need that for this episode.
God.
Your vampire kit, werewolf kit, Wendigo kit. There's a lot of kits, okay? There's a lot of things at camp that will kill you.
Yeah, don't let it deter you. Just embrace it.
Just embrace it. Just embrace it. Just think that every moment could be your last, because it will be.
Live your life to the fullest in the best place you could. Camp Insomnia.
At camp, we don't live, laugh, love. We live, laugh, survive. Okay.
Oh, I love that. Wait a minute.
Live, laugh, survive.
Bitch, that's our tagline.
Right? Put that on a fucking t-shirt. Live, laugh, survive. Camp Insomnia. Tip for camp. Live, laugh, survive.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Shit. Well, hi, campers. So before we crack into this case, because I'm really excited about it. I'm so excited. I have some news.
Okay.
I'm going to die. I'm just kidding. That's not it.
I was like, what?
No. When I was researching this case, a lot of really creepy shit happened. So I am excited to tell this case, but also terrified because I don't know if any of that creepy stuff is going to happen like it did with Harold.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go again. I love it.
Here we go again.
I'm stressed.
Pretty nervous about it. Considering, and I'll get into it when we get into the case, but it was a lot. Also, side note, speaking of death, I didn't know this until today. I don't know why I was so late to this news, but Gilbert Gottfried has passed.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, I did not know that. I found that out today.
So sad.
Yeah.
So sad.
Childhood right there, man. Childhood.
Right? Poor Iago, R.I.P.
Yeah, and for guys, for the camp, yeah, literally, yeah, he's with the best person he could be with. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, Gilbert Gottfried, the guy who played Iago, the character voice in Aladdin, the little parrot, he passed. Yeah. I just found that today. Pretty sad. But to lighten the mood on that, here's some April, because this is coming out on the 27th of April. So here are some April 27th holidays for you. International Guide Dog Day.
Okay,
cool.
Dope. Like that.
Babe Ruth, the baseball player. It's his day. So
that's cool.
That is pretty cool. National Devil Dog Day, which is like an ice cream sandwich.
Okay. Ice cream, yeah. I can go for that. Cool.
And also, it is National Prime Rib Day.
Bitch. Steakhouse 55, R.I.P. too. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, R.I.P. Steakhouse 55. But, okay, so campers, we'll be patiently waiting for you to send us a prime rib steak.
Yes, please. But you know what, Zachary? You know what, though? Even though this will be, by the time it comes out, it will be fast forward. But right now, as of today, as we're recording, bitch, it's 420.
It's 420, everybody. 420. Time to get lit. Time to smoke. If you do that kind of thing. If you don't do that kind of thing, that's okay. That's fine. No judgment.
It's okay.
And to the people that do, hell yeah, rock on. Hell yeah, no judgment here, everybody. This is a judgment-free zone, unless you're like Jeffrey Dahmer. Then it's heavy judgment. Okay.
Just a little bit.
Unless you murder anybody or do anything racist.
Yes.
So that's a no. Your ass will be chucked into the forest.
Oh my God. Your ass will be grass, and then we're gonna be smoking that grass.
That's good. Oh shit!
You're welcome.
Do you have any updates for camp? Any at all?
Not really an update, but a funny thing did happen yesterday that I wanted to tell you about on here, because I could not even. Oh my God. Okay, so yesterday I went to go help out another store in OC, and it was just my first break. I'm going out. As y'all, if you guys watch this on YouTube, I vape, right? So I'm going out, just gonna go and vape. And this little lady has her little table set aside, asking for people to sign her petition.
Yeah.
And so she's like, "Oh, excuse me, do you have a minute to sign? Oh, are you registered to vote?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm registered to vote." And I'm like rushing off to just so I can go take as much as my time to like kill my lungs. And she's like, I was like, yeah, no, I am. No, sorry. And she's like, "Oh, can you come inside?" I was like, no, I'm sorry, I can't. And she's like, "Oh, are you a felon?" I went, what? I was like, excuse me? I was like, what? I was like, I was so thrown that this bitch is just out here asking people if they're fucking felons. Yes. I was like, I am working right now. And she's like, "Okay." And then I just went off. But that whole time during my shift, mind you, that was my first break. So it's only 2 hours in my shift. Every time I'm walking past this bitch, she's trying to talk to me now. And I'm telling the other coworkers that I'm working with that day, I was like, she keeps trying to talk to me. If this bitch asks me one more time to say hi to me or talk to me, I might commit a felony. It might happen.
I would start asking my coworkers, do I look like a felon to you? Is it the snake bites? Is it the tattoos?
Right?
Is it the blue hair? Is it the stereotypes of a felon? Oh, yikes.
I was like, even if this is part of the petition, like something to do with that with the city, I don't fucking know, whatever.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are you asking people if they're fucking felons in front of everyone?
Everybody.
Everyone. I was like, what the fuck?
Something else. All right.
Yeah, I was fed the fuck up. The very last time she talked to me, she's like, "Have a good day, lady." And I just vaped and I just blew the smoke just right in her way.
That's felon smoke. Oof.
Yep. Don't breathe it.
God.
You're gonna be a felon.
No. Oh, yikes.
Yeah. So that was an interesting day. Besides that, no real updates.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, cool. You felon? All right, campers.
No fucking kidding.
Now that we got our updates out of the way for you campers, let's, without further ado, Timmy, get the fuck out of the cabin. It's time for the story. Let's
God
go.
damn it. Why is it always Timmy?
It's always Timmy. And I thought we killed him episodes ago, but I guess he resurrected, just like Jesus on Easter.
I was going to say, I mean, Easter did just
happen. So. That's probably what happened. This little ass was like, last you saw me, motherfucker.
Oh, my God.
Anyways, all right, campers and Timmy. Let's gather around the campfire.
Okay, now that we are gathered here today to listen to Zachariah's story. Go ahead, grab your blankies, grab a buddy, snuggle up, get comfy. And tip for camp. So this is based on spooky cult shit, correct?
Yeah, because the title of this is going to be Murder, Samaritan Cult, and Demonic Barcodes.
Got it. Okay. So tip for camp. If a stranger approaches you from maybe the midst of the woods and they're like, "Here, we want you to join our spooky family," say no. You don't know them. We don't know what they're trying to get you into. It might be a cult. You want to stay with our cult.
Exactly, the cult of camp.
The cult of camp, yes.
Exactly.
So, needless to say, don't talk to strangers.
Don't talk to strangers. Yeah, just don't. Just don't do it. Don't do it. All right, campers. So I just want to cite some sources really quick. And I haven't been doing that recently with my stories. And that's on me, everybody. But just to cite my sources.
Okay.
I got this from NBC News, an article named Searching for Alan by Dennis Murphy and Shane Bishop. Wikipedia. The Death of Alan Ross, and then Ghost Adventures Season 14, Episode 3. And
Ghost Adventures.
Yeah, because this is going to be a paranormal true crime. And also, I want to give a huge shout out to Courtney, Camper Courtney, for suggesting the story. I know she suggested a couple to me, but this is the one I was like, oh, we have to cover because it's a mix between true crime and paranormal, and I think everybody will really love that.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love
so
that.
So thank you, Courtney.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Courtney. You get a verbal thumbs up. And when I see you next time, I'll do it in person. You
there we
did
go.
it, gal.
I love it.
All right, campers. So we're going to be talking about the murder of Alan Ross.
Okay.
All right. So Alan Ross was 42 years old, and he was a filmmaker who seemed to just drop off the face of the planet in 1995. Alan Ross was known as a documentary filmmaker and was widely loved by his Chicago film community. But in 1993, just 3 years before he ended up just disappearing, Alan found a love that seemed to match his love of film and his city, and her name was Linda.
Ooh, okay.
Very important to remember that name.
Okay, Linda.
Yeah, so Alan Ross's close friend and filmmaking partner, Christian Bauer, states that Alan told me she was a nurse, and she was now writing books. One of those books he had illustrated, and he told me he was very happy. He was very happy in this relationship. She's a nurse. She's a good person. She's great, right?
Okay.
So a surprise to everyone was not that Alan was in love, but the fact that he was leaving Chicago. Alan's twin brother Brad was also shocked more than anyone to hear that Alan would soon be leaving Chicago with this new woman he met and is in love with named Linda. So Alan and Linda would soon leave Chicago for Oklahoma, settling in Guthrie, Oklahoma. It is a small town about 30 miles outside of Oklahoma City. So Alan kept in touch with his family and friends with postcards and letters. The trouble was, this time the postcards that started arriving from Oklahoma were started to get a little odd, even for Alan.
Okay.
So Bauer, his friend, right, Alan's close friend, states, yeah, he's sending me little notes like, I seized the opportunity to seek answers for questions I had not been able to ask.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I already know how this sounds already, just based off of my other case that I did with the Heaven's Gate cult. When they're like, oh, we're seeking more knowledge. You do not understand.
You don't understand me. So the interviewer, his name was Dennis Murphy, who was interviewing a lot of Alan's family and friends. And I'm just kind of go back and forth in some of the interview. So Murphy is the interviewer.
Wait, your audio is so crackly. It's weird.
Oh. I don't know. Should I stop? Should we stop recording?
I don't know if it's playing.
Maybe because
I don't know if it's just through here or if it's getting recorded on though.
I don't know, because I'm looking at my Audacity file and it looks fine.
I've never heard your audio sound like this before.
Oh, don't freak me out like that.
I'm being dead serious right now. I think.
Hello?
I think you might. It's slight.
What?
I think you might be okay.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, let's continue. Well, campers, if this sounds like shit. Okay, so the interviewer named Dennis Murphy, who was interviewing a lot of Alan Ross's family and friends, who, this is where I got a lot of the information about what happened. The interviewer asked Bauer, did this sound like Alan? Like, has he said something similar to that extent before? Like, would he say something like this? And Bauer said very much. And Murphy goes, so it wasn't surprising? And his friend goes, well, that's why I liked him, because he could be so unusual and quirky. So it wasn't too out of character, but it was still a little odd.
Yeah, because it's like he's more sounding into like more of a serious tone rather than more optimism with his new life and whatnot. And
so Murphy says, there are some other cards, though, some postcards that made you wonder, like, what was going on with your friend? Were there other cards that you were like, that's a little off. So Bauer said, yeah, like for instance, and he quotes, "The master will shut you up in a pen with others. Then it will be up to you to find a house to enter."
That's not off-putting.
Yeah, that's not off-putting at all. Fuck? It's very like cryptic. So, So by 1995, 2 years after moving to Oklahoma, it seemed all but certain that this time Alan was not going to come back to Chicago. He had, he settled his roots. He's living there now. In fact, Alan and Linda had found a new home in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Yet Alan continued to work with Christian Bauer, making films like a documentary on the Mississippi River. So even though he was living in Oklahoma, he was away from Chicago, he was still working with his friends, filming documentaries outside in different states. But they were going to move to Cheyenne, Wyoming. Oklahoma they just felt like they needed to move. So, so in the fall of 1995, just as filming on that documentary was wrapping up in New Orleans, guess who showed up unannounced? It was a mystery woman, Linda, who whisked Alan out of town before his family and friends had even got the chance to meet her. So they're filming and they're doing their documentary. Linda shows up unannounced. She's like, "Hey guys," and "I'm taking my man." Phew.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Bauer said, his friend, "She was not what I expected her to be." Murphy goes, "What was her demeanor at that appearance? Like, how was she like?" Bauer says, "Well, she was very demanding. She was very controlling. She was not the caring kind of woman I had imagined her to be when I saw her in the picture for the very first time."
Okay.
So when this happened, Alan seemed to be very embarrassed by her presence. She even mugged for his camera, and then Alan had to pan away. Like, she kept hopping in front of the camera, doing stupid shit and mugging the camera, so that Alan would eventually get annoyed and just stop filming and leave with her.
Ew, how awkward. What the hell?
Exactly. So, Bauer then also says, yeah, he's telling her, "Stay away from us," but she follows the camera and she dances. He wants to get away from it, and he continues his pan, and she just disappears out of frame. So just being really odd. So,
yeah, just let the man work. Fuck.
Yeah, let the man work. Yeah, so being a weirdo. So 2 years into their partnership, was the romance between Alan and Linda fading? Christian would never get the chance to ask his friend about it because he would never see Alan again.
Oh.
So for Alan's brother too, after the shoot in New Orleans, something suddenly changed. Alan had stopped sending postcards or returning Brad's phone calls. So after this incident with her showing up unannounced and doing all this weird crap, and Alan clearly being bothered by her and her presence, that after they filmed, they were done filming, that's the last they saw him, they heard of him, that's the last time they spoke, he ever wrote back to them. That was it. Just radio silence.
Oh God. Oh, that's weird. And then them kind of seeing her weird side too. So yeah. I'm wondering what his own friends are thinking of him at what?
My lamp just turned red by itself.
Oh no, not this shit again.
Just I talked about it. Hold on, because it's like an app I could, it's like the RGB lights.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's not was your app open or anything? Well, you've been talking. You are not even using your phone.
Yeah. Okay, well I set it back to white. That was weird. I don't know why I turned red.
Okay, and then with my feed on your side, it's so your audio's perfect now. I can hear you, but you're Jesus so glitchy Christ. On your video feed. I didn't even see it happen.
That was weird. Well, you'll see it in the YouTube video. If you guys are watching on YouTube, you'll see the light just switch red. That was weird. Okay. Anyways, so Brad Ross, his twin brother, he said, he would never miss a holiday. He would never miss a birthday. So when Thanksgiving came and we didn't hear from him, that was just unbelievable. They just couldn't. That was just like, why wouldn't he reach out or say anything?
Yeah.
And so so then Murphy, the interviewer, goes, weeks later it was Christmas, and his brother Brad, Alan Ross's twin brother Brad, goes, yeah, Christmas was the real turning point because we all knew Al wouldn't miss Christmas. So Alan, by this point, would be labeled as a missing person by his family.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah. So when he went missing, his family then hired a private detective, so a PI. The detective would then track down some information about Alan's wife of 2 years, Linda Green. Linda Green led a quasi-religious group called the Samaritan Foundation, which advocated the blend of holistic medicine and New Age practices. So members of this group lived together in Green's house located in Guthrie, Oklahoma. And this house was a small building located in Guthrie, Oklahoma, and it used to be a prison back in like the 1900s. And then they moved in and converted it into their headquarters for the Samaritan Foundation that was ran by Linda Green.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Ew.
So Linda Green and her ritualistic cult would be linked to acts of murder and terrorism. Many Oklahoma residents believe that they had a part to play with the Oklahoma City bombing that happened April 19th of 1995. So here's the crazy part, campers. When I said like weird stuff was happening, when I was like, oh, Oklahoma City bombing, let me look that up and when that happened. And I was like, oh, it was April 19th. Cool. And then I was like, did it already pass? Because I know we're in the month of April. And then I looked at the calendar and it was April 19th. And I was like, this weird synchronicity. How weird that I cover the story. And yeah, they might not have to do a whole lot with it, but the fact that I researched that on the same day it happened was just weird.
Yeah, like totally not planned. Like it just, when
happened.
you work a lot too, your days kind of blend together. So like for you to not even know and just look at it, that's just weird. It's just a weird fucking
it's just
coincidence.
So weird. So besides this, back to Linda. Linda Green believed that you could dispel negative energy by projecting it towards celebrities who she believed were zombies.
Oh my God. Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah. So this is where it gets a little kooky, everybody. But if there were no celebrities available, that you could dispel that negative energy into soy milk and then pour it down the drain.
Wait. Well, let's back up here.
Yeah.
If there are no celebrities available, how the fuck are there no celebrities available? There are always celebrities available. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
That doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
But the milk?
Yeah, you put it into soy milk. You focus all that negative energy into soy milk and you pour it down the drain and it's positive.
Why soy milk? What's wrong with regular milk?
I don't fucking know. She's crazy. So Linda would often enter the building, her headquarters, swinging around a pendulum to rid of negative energy in the building and also to rid herself of negative people around her. A pendulum, everybody, it's like a long chain with a rock-shaped pyramid, I guess I would describe that, at the end of it.
Yeah. It comes to a point.
Yeah.
It's weighted.
It's weighted. Linda Green, the leader of this cult, like I mentioned earlier, was married to Alan Ross, a filmmaker, and soon he would disappear without a trace in 1955. And after years of searching, and even with the help of a PI, they would not be able to locate his whereabouts. Okay.
No bueno.
No bueno at all. So Linda Green had started the Samaritan Foundation with her previous husband, Dennis Green. And soon after Ross's disappearance, the Greens, both Linda and Dennis, her ex, began to accuse each other of foul play. So Dennis Green stated that his ex-wife had suddenly showed up at his home in Loveland, Colorado in December of 1995 in an agitated state. He said he'd grown alarmed by her behavior. And this is what he quotes. "For quite some time, she had not been making sense to me. Spun what I thought was pretty wild yarn. She told me that she and Ross had gotten into another marital dispute and she was afraid of him, and that she had done something to him that would ensure that he would no longer be able to hurt her." Green said Green had contacted the Cheyenne police. According to Officer Dave Padilla, Green told them Alan Ross had been killed by his wife and that Mr. Ross's body was buried in the crawl space.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So Green was like, hey, this is what Linda told me, and I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure she killed her husband and she buried his body in her crawl spaces. That's what she told me. That's where I'm getting this from.
What the hell? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Linda did it. Linda did something. So around this time, Dennis Green contacted the Cheyenne police, and then someone identifying herself as Linda Green faxed the police in Guthrie, Oklahoma.
Identifying. Okay. Interesting you say it like that.
Yeah, so she identified herself as Linda Green. She faxed the police in Guthrie, Oklahoma. So in her writings, Linda Green referred to zombies, vampires, and the Antichrist in this fax to the police. She warned her followers not to talk on the telephone because vampires would steal their souls through the phone lines. And that's why she always preferred to fax.
Or she's just trying to make sure her people don't talk.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that too. Or, vampires trying to steal your soul through a freaking phone. So,
I can't even.
She was claiming that people were out to get her and set her up for killing Alan Ross, stated Guthrie police officer Rex Smith. And then he also goes on to say, we got the facts in the latter part of 1996, so almost about a year after since Alan Ross had been missing. Mm-hmm. She had made accusations that Dennis Green and somebody else had killed Alan Ross, that she had nothing to do with it, that it happened in Cheyenne, Wyoming in November of 1995, and that's where they'd find the body. It was really off the wall, and our hands were tied because we had no proof. This is just her saying it.
Yeah, it's all he said, she said. At
yeah,
point.
and then
it's all her just making accusations.
Accusations, and then also talking about vampires and zombies in the same facts. So it's like, do you believe
crazy.
it? Exactly. So, and a part of the fact she wrote, Cheyenne police, it said, after Alan was shot, he was dragged perhaps downstairs. I saw Dennis carry 2 sacks of concrete, which were by the back door downstairs. So Officer Dave Padilla said, we went to said place where apparently this body was buried, and we dug and we still didn't find anything indicating a body. There was nothing there. So after that, the Cheyenne police appeared to regard the case of Alan Ross with great skepticism. In their files, he was strictly a missing person. Like, okay, this lady was just a wackadoo. Yeah, we followed up on it. We didn't find any evidence. So he's missing. He's clearly not murdered. We didn't find anything where she said exactly where he was buried. You know what I mean? So clearly, she's a wackadoo.
Well, there's a couple. So that 2 stories. One of them got knocked down. Now, what about Dennis's story?
Exactly. So Dennis is confirming, hey, she did something to her man. She told me. But then she's coming to say, no, actually it was Dennis that did it, and he's trying to frame me. It's he said, she said. So
yeah, it's just all crazy everywhere.
Yeah. Well, this really wasn't helping because, again, the PI and the family, they really couldn't find anything. They just knew that she was running some kind of weird cult, but they didn't think about murder. They just thought about Alan being missing. So this just brought like a ton of attention to Linda Green and her small cult.
Yeah, probably unwanted attention at that point. But when you're sprouting crazy bullshit, everyone's gonna be fucking looking at you.
Exactly. And here's a little backstory about Linda Green. In the 1980s, she was a registered nurse, and she was actually featured in a 1980s news story about an innovative Oklahoma hospice where she worked. Linda had also been married not just twice, but 5 times. And she also just didn't only write books as well. She was also sometimes an actress and a poet. And when she met Alan, she was leading an esoteric group that Alan had only dropped hints about, which was the Samaritan Foundation.
Okay.
Yeah. So when they met, she was just starting this thing. So the interviewer asked his brother Brad, when did you first hear the name Samaritans? And Brad goes, we heard it when he left. The last time they saw each other in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And then the interviewer goes, okay, did you have a sense of what it was, like what they were about? And Brad goes, we always knew Al would do different things, but we knew he would always go and come back. So Linda Samaritan's Foundation had perhaps 50 to 60 followers. What held them together was the belief that Linda could answer the great mysteries of life by dowsing, using swaying pendulums to give them answers, which is like any cult. It's like, I can give you all the answers to the universe. Just follow me and my practice. So that's
a big following, though. 50 to 60 people.
Yeah, 56 people. That's big.
Yeah.
It's big. So they used a pendulum to decide to relocate from Oklahoma to Wyoming. They dowsed a road map and packed up. But Linda was more than a simple believer. She was writing books the Samaritans were sure would revolutionize the world to the way of their thinking. So think of like Scientology. They write these books. They're going to put them out into the world, and everybody's going to become a Scientologist. Same thing. Everybody's going to become a Samaritan. I'm going to write these masterful books about this, and people are going to be a Samaritan. So also there was an obsessive fear of telephones and government agents. And of course she would also teach about zombies and vampires. Again, originally what was supposed to be about? It was supposed to be about a blend of holistic medicine and new age practices.
Yeah.
I don't know how it got to vampires and faxing and they steal your soul through phones. I don't know.
Well, shit. Heaven's Cult was all about Christianity mixed with aliens. I mean, it's just like at some point it just goes way out into the yonder of what the fuck.
Oh yeah. So the interviewer asks Alan's friend Bauer, Linda, the nurse, the wife posing by her little hours, was the leader of a cult? Like how? And then his friend goes, Bauer, yeah, I know. He goes, I had absolutely no clue. And I wondered, like, why did my friend not tell me about it? Like, why did he never tell me? And so the interviewer goes, what was the lure of the cult to the followers? And Bauer goes, what is the lure of any cult might be a good question. I think we have people who are looking for a meaning in life and they don't have any answers. I think that's what was happening with Alan too. Yeah. Yeah. And
it's like people are looking for answers. People are looking for a purpose. People are looking for something greater than themselves to be able to believe in something. Some people are at their end, and they're just looking for something to keep them going, some sort of hope. So these cult leaders groom the shit out of these people to gain their power and gain their teachings, but it's like they're so good at it, which is scary. That's why with these questions of, really, little Linda would do this? Like, bitch, she's probably great at what she does. She's probably a great
manipulator, communicator, everything. Can convince you, like... Yep. Yeah, and they always prey on the fragile-minded. So... Yep,
exactly.
Alan's friends and family didn't know where Linda had gone with the Samaritans. She led them from Oklahoma to Wyoming, and then they had scattered to the wind. And they weren't learning much from the followers they were able to find. The interviewer was like, how sensitive a task was it to try to find out who the Samaritans were and what they knew? Alan's friend Emerson said, well, sensitive isn't a word. It was difficult because people just didn't want to talk. No one was talking. They would find them, but they wouldn't say shit. I don't want to talk.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but soon they would find evidence that raised more questions. The Cult Awareness Network, which you guys can look it up. The Cult Awareness Network. I learned about it in my anthropology class, and basically it tells you about all the active cults in America.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's wild. It's cool. Like a whole map. It tells you all the cults. It's really scary because you're like, that's a lot.
Oh
damn.
Wow. I'm curious now.
Yeah, so the Cult Awareness Network told them if Alan was with the Samaritans that he was in serious danger. The friends learned that just months after Alan had vanished, another member of the group had thrown herself in front of a train at a crossing in Oklahoma because Linda told them that the woman was evil. And so that woman was like, I'm evil, so I'm going to kill myself. And this happened often.
What? Wow! Whoa! Wait! Ooh, that sparks so many questions right now for myself.
So maybe she did that to Alan. Maybe she convinced him. You know what I mean? So that's where everybody's brains are kind of going. So his friend Bauer said, there was a feeling that something evil was surrounding us. And the interviewer goes, did you have a reason to be afraid as you went along in this? And then his friend goes, sometimes you don't need a real reason to be afraid.
That's true. That's true.
Alan's friends and family want to find out what happened to Alan. I think we all know at this point. We know something happened. We know he's missing. We know they moved to Wyoming. We know that New Orleans was the last time they saw him. No postcards, no nothing. And then now there's a speculation that she's saying that her ex killed her husband, and he's saying the opposite. But there's no evidence that he is still alive. He's just MIA. We don't know what happened to him. So they would soon return to the places where Alan and Linda had lived, and Oklahoma would quickly bring a major discovery. They found the first tangible trace of Alan in the spring of 2000. His film camera and other belongings were discovered in a garage near a home in Oklahoma City. The people next door, strangers, had simply dropped it off without explanations. The woman who had the camera also had an important detail. She said a short blonde lady from next door had given it to her, which is a clear description of Linda Green. She had short blonde hair. That was like a bob. So the woman in the photos was Linda, the pictures that they had in the box of stuff. She lived next door for a short time after Alan's disappearance. But the discovery of Alan's camera was troubling. His friend said he would never be willingly separated from it because he was a filmmaker. He would just he would always carry it with him. And it was just like the first ominous sign they found in Oklahoma. In the old building that was once the Samaritan's headquarters in Guthrie, Oklahoma, Alan's friends found more indications that Alan was most certainly dead, including his abandoned car. They called Brad, his twin brother, and told him what they had found. Within days, Brad had arrived, hoping to finally find his brother's body. Holding his breath, he searched the car, but found nothing and found no clues. Then inside the headquarters, this building, Brad and Christian searched the basement, where one of the rooms had been suspiciously covered with fresh concrete.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But Brad would not find his brother there. The friends then followed Brad as he scoured the town for any sign of Alan. The emotional search, had been fruitless. All the evidence seemed to indicate not only that Alan was dead, but that Linda had to know what happened. She had to know. She's the only one that they know would have any indication of what happened to Alan. So they have to find her.
Fresh concrete. The only thing I could think of when it comes to fresh concrete is that you can't completely erase blood evidence or DNA evidence like that. So I think the only reason why they would do that, maybe he was killed inside that room specifically or something like that. I'm just throwing shit out there.
No, you're good.
That's weird. And then she's trying to ditch evidence when it comes to the camera and everything, passing it off to someone else to make it look weird. And then a car being ditched. I mean, that's kind of normal when it comes to someone either missing or they've been killed or murdered or something like that. They'll usually find their car somewhere at that point.
Yeah. No,
it's a lot.
You're right. No, it's a lot. So by the spring of 2000, it had been more than 4 years since the cameraman Alan Ross had last been seen in Cheyenne, Wyoming. He had been killed, as the evidence seemed to indicate, by his common-law wife, Linda, or her followers in the cult like Samaritan Foundation. But it's all speculation, right? Mm-hmm. There's evidence indicating that he died, but not enough. They don't have a confession. They don't have a nothing. So Alan's friends who set out to find him, it seemed as they were trying to find Linda, that Linda was on the run. They tried unsuccessfully for months to reach her until one day she had found them. Linda, it turned out, the former nurse, amateur actress, and author, had reinvented herself again. Calling from an unknown location, she now called herself Genevieve. And although she sent out faxes claiming that Alan was murdered by his man, her ex-husband, in a series of conversations with the filmmakers, Linda changed her story again.
This bitch is hiding a whole bunch of shit.
So Bauer, the guy who's being interviewed, he goes, I read the fax by you, Linda, saying that Dennis, your ex-husband, had killed Alan. And he says, the whole thing just doesn't make sense. You hear the story, Alan is subject of a mind control experiment, and that the mind control experiment went out of hand, and that the specialist had to kill Alan because he was no longer under control. And that's what she's told him. I just kidding. Dennis didn't kill him. He was actually being mind controlled and it got out of hand. So then they had to kill Alan because he was no longer in control of them anymore. So that's why he's dead.
okay, one, cock-a-boo-boo bullshit, but two, like, are you trying to hint at something? Because it's not, you're the fucking cult leader and all this shit, so, wait,
no,
who
just,
is this
not
other mind control?
Exactly. So he was just saying, like, it doesn't make much sense. Like, it just doesn't make sense. She's making this shit up as she goes along, you know? And they're just like, we just want answers at this point. Like, where the fuck is he? We know you did
Cut
something. You know something. Yeah, cut your shit. You know, just be honest. Stop being cuckoo. So this new story she told was odd, but maybe not so odd for her because, I mean, vampires and all that crap. It turned out that Linda's family would then later have her committed to a mental hospital for a few weeks shortly after Alan had disappeared.
Oh. But it's been, okay. He disappeared. She goes to
a mental hospital
for a bit. Gets out. But she moves
around a couple times. She's dropping off his personal items at random people's houses, being like, here you go, take it. And then calls the police and faxes them and says, my ex killed him. Then the ex is saying, no, I didn't kill him. She's crazy. And now she's like, hey, my name's not Linda Green. It's Genevieve now. And he was under a mind control experiment and they had to put him out because he was no longer under control.
There's too much. This is too much. Like, bitch, you're guilty. Just fucking confess. Just confess.
Yeah, no, honestly. And it just doesn't make any sense, like, whatsoever. It's just not going to make any sense.
Oh my God.
So then Bauer would then say, you know, she warned us to stay away from the whole story because who was involved? She said the people that were involved with the story were the government and the CIA.
Oh my God.
And so then the interviewer goes, so this was like a conspiracy theory? And Bauer goes, you know, and after that point, you know, we were not able to get a hold of Linda anymore. She just kind of dipped off again. Genevieve, I mean.
She's fucking guilty. She just keeps running. She's spurting out shit and just running. Yeah, there's something. She has to be like the prime suspect in all this shit.
Oh yeah, no, clearly she's the prime suspect. Like, oh, for sure.
They need to just fucking crack their shit down and just go and get her at this point to talk to her.
Honestly. So friends and family were devastated. After months of work, they hadn't found Alan at all. Only his camera, his abandoned car, and a few possessions. With little hard evidence in hand, they returned to the last place Alan was seen, Cheyenne, and met with police in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Okay. So Bauer, his friend, goes, you know, we tried to give them everything we had found, all the information that we have. And the interviewer goes, you know, you found his camera, an undisturbed bank account, relationship with this woman, the odd group that she was shepherding. And Bauer goes, yeah, they listened to us intently, but they also told us that what we had brought to them would not be enough to take any further steps.
I guess I can see that, but still.
Because it's just ramblings of a crazy woman at this point.
Yeah, everything is just a headache and a half.
So Bauer's, you know, the interview goes, you know, did you ever take this to a prosecutor? Did you ever take this to a jury? Like what was the next step? So he goes, you know, it was important for us to get back to the house that he was last seen at, which was in Cheyenne, Wyoming. We wanted to take them to the house and just tear it apart and look for evidence. Mm-hmm. Because we're right there and we can taste it, and it's not enough. Like, we just want to find Alan, dead or alive. We need to find him. We know this crazy bitch did something. We just want to get to the bottom of it. So Cheyenne police had already searched the house where Alan and Linda and the Samaritans lived at 4 years before. That is until Alan's brother Brad stepped in and made like one last desperate plea to Cheyenne detectives, like, please, like, let us go back in the house one more time, please. And he said, the Cheyenne police detectives, he said, I'll go into the house one more time. He told us later, basically that was it. If we would have gone in the second time and found nothing, the case was pretty much closed. So it's like, it's a ditch effort. But he's like, I'm willing to risk it because I need to know what happened to my brother. So Murphy, the interviewer, he said, what did the detective see in the house? And Brad said, he said he saw something just sticking out of the ground in the crawl space. He said, by the grace of God, it was just by luck. Unbelievably, it was a black sneaker, a Converse high top, footwear of choice for mavericks and nonconformists like Alan Ross. When police chipped away at a thin layer of concrete, they found the body. Alan was no longer missing.
Holy shit.
Yep.
They cemented him in? What the fuck?
In a crawl space.
Oh my God. Oh, ew. So then what Dennis said was true.
Yeah, what Dennis said was true. But also what Linda said was true too in her first confession to police, that again, they're both contradicting each other. Dennis said Linda did it, Linda said Dennis did it. So who done it? Who done it?
Yeah.
So just 5 years later, his mutilated body would soon be discovered. In late July, the Cheyenne Police Department held a press conference to announce that a body has been found buried in the crawl space at a house at 303 East 17th, the Samaritan Foundation last known address. And he states, "We are treating this as a case of homicide." Lieutenant Bill Stanford told the local press. He refused to provide the name of the victim pending a positive ID, but admitted he already contacted the Ross family. Many believe that Linda Green herself killed her husband, Alan. Brad Ross, the brother, would finally be able to lay his own twin brother to rest. An autopsy showed that Alan had died from a gunshot wound to the head and that his body had apparently never left his house. Found where it had been concealed more than 4 years before in the crawl space, police who searched the house earlier had just inexplicably missed it.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah, the body was there when they first searched it. They just happened to miss it.
Yeah, because it's been there for a cool minute now.
Hot minute, yeah. So the interviewer asks Bauer, he goes, "What do you think about the professionalism or the intensity of the Wyoming investigation?" He goes, "I think about all the evidence, what we might have been able to find if police had found the body in 1996. We might have the person who killed Alan Ross in jail right now." Mm-hmm. So the search for justice put Alan's friends and family back on the trail for Alan's common-law wife, Linda. In the spring of 2001, they finally caught up with her in New Orleans, and she agreed to her first on-camera interview.
Oh, God, this should be good.
Linda says, "It's beyond my framework of reality how somebody could do something so terrible." Because, again, she didn't do it. So she was no longer at this point in life. She was no longer the vibrant, charismatic leader. The years were now starting to show on Linda. She returned to the story that Alan had been murdered on the day before Thanksgiving in 1995 by her ex-husband, Dennis, during an argument in the house where the body had been found. Linda, she says this, "He killed Alan Ross. He killed him, and he said he would kill me and my son if I opened my mouth." So while Linda's tenuous grasp of reality made it hard to hang a murder charge on her word, some detectives thought her theory of the motive for the murder did make a certain amount of sense. People who commit murder usually kill for love, money, or revenge. In this case, Linda accused her ex-husband of killing Alan in an argument over money made from selling Linda's books. So that stuck.
Yeah.
So, although authorities in Cheyenne questioned Linda, her statements led to no charges.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah. And a year later, in 2002, the actress, author, cult leader, and murder suspect would then soon die of liver failure. Her family says she died from excessive drinking to quiet the voices in her head. Yeah, so now she's dead. She's dead. They still don't know who killed Alan.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait. Like all of that was hard to wrap my head around, and now this bitch is dead.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What the fuck now?
Exactly.
Wait a minute.
Exactly. And that's where the family's at. We're like, hey, what do we do? She's dead. She was never going to tell us what happened. She changed her story about like 6 damn times.
Yeah.
So like, what's real? And the police are like, well, it makes logical sense for the ex-husband to want to kill Alan Ross over a money dispute. So that makes sense. So maybe Dennis Green, the ex-husband, did do something.
Well, at this point, it's like, What, the only thing they can do is bring Dennis in and give him a polygraph? I mean, interview him and then maybe give him a polygraph? Like,
yeah. So Linda's death, it seemed, threatened the investigation. No shit, as we just discussed, with no physical evidence that her ex-husband had killed Alan. After Linda's death, a mystery woman came forward.
What? Okay.
Yeah. Her name was Julia Williams. For years, she was one of Linda's most dedicated friends and a follower. In the years after Alan's disappearance, she, like Linda, was repeatedly questioned by police. She told odd and often conflicting stories pointing to various suspects, but never to Linda. She claimed to have knowledge of where the gun was buried, but no gun was ever located. When Dateline found Julia in Cheyenne, she was ready for the first time to give what she says is an eyewitness account of the events surrounding Alan's killing, and to publicly acknowledge her role in the cover-up after.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Well, she gonna get in trouble now, too.
Yeah, she gonna get in trouble. She gonna get trouble. So Julie Williams, she says, sometimes at night I lay in bed and I just say, I'm sorry. The interviewer, Julia, do you know who killed Alan Ross? Julia, yes, sir. Interviewer, okay, well, who was it? Julia, it was Dennis Green. The interviewer, okay, what happened that day, Julia? Julia, I went upstairs when I heard the first shot, and I came downstairs and I heard the second shot, and I went into the room. The interviewer, Dennis Green had a gun and shot to death Alan Ross? Julia, yes, sir, I went into the room and he was there with the gun and Alan. Interviewer, over the body? Julia, yes, sir. He said if I reported the murder that I would be the one to be accused. Interviewer, so he made a direct threat to you that you would be implicated. Julia, yes, sir. So first Linda, now Julia were accusing Dennis Green of murder. And Julia says she is willing to take the witness stand against him, while Cheyenne police have publicly identified Green as a suspect, saying that they can put him in the house on the day of the murder. And Dateline has obtained documents showing that Green has failed a lie detector test. Green has denied to Cheyenne police any involvement in the murder. Right?
Okay. He definitely was there, for sure. Obviously.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But she only heard the shots.
Yeah.
Only heard them. She didn't see him. I mean, homegirl still could have shot him and he could have just taken the gun at that point and then just, and then just at the same time just being like, nope, you don't talk about shit. You don't talk about shit, girl. So I still think that it was Linda.
Yeah. So Dennis Green, he would then state, when she was in the mental hospital, meaning Linda, she had accused me via fax and via phone call of killing Alan, which was horrifying to me, scary. And at that point, that's when I began to think perhaps Alan didn't run away. Perhaps they had killed him. And that was a horrifying feeling. Green said Linda also told him that Alan had been murdered and buried in the basement of their home. And he says that when he contacted Cheyenne police to ask him to look for the body, a search, as we now know, the body was just simply missed. In the court, the couple's son took the stand because Linda Green and Dennis Green had a son. The boy of 9 at the time of the murder was now an adult of 18. He testified that Linda always carried a gun in her purse and once used it in front of him. He said he remembered that it was a 9mm, the same caliber of gun that killed Alan. Prosecutors were claiming that Linda had all the elements for murder in
Mm-hmm,
means motive and opportunity. Next, the prosecution played an interview with Julia Williams in which she admitted carrying Alan's body to the basement for burial and cleaning up the blood in the house. But how did the murder actually happen? So in closing, prosecutors presented evidence that suggested Alan was in fact planning to leave the group, to leave Linda, and to return to Chicago. That's why they said Linda made up the story that Alan was embezzling money and convinced Julia it was true. On the day of the murder, the state claimed that after Dennis Green left, while Julia was upstairs, Linda confronted Alan and demanded to know the truth. Was Alan staying or going? In court, the prosecution alleged that Linda shoots Alan, but doesn't kill him, that Julia hears the shots and heads downstairs to the first floor area where there was a second shot. Then they both dragged Alan's body down to the crawl space and scoop out the dirt.
Okay, so they're pointing it at Linda.
Linda and Julia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Green was there. He heard the commotion and then left.
But then why is she? Well, I guess at that point. Maybe
Julia's gonna protect Linda no matter what.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, well, yeah, never mind. I forgot she was a faithful follower. Okay. I'm tracking here.
So, but if the prosecution's theory of the crime was a surprise to some, so was the case presented by Julia Williams' defense. When prosecutors in Cheyenne rested their case against Julia Williams, all eyes turned to the defense table. Would Julia now tell her story from the witness stand? What evidence would her attorney offer to clear her client, charged as an accessory to murder for Alan Ross? Julia Williams' team was called upon. The defense elected to call no witnesses and to present no evidence. Instead, her attorney simply claimed that Julia had consistently told police that Dennis Green was the real killer, that that prosecution theories were not proof, and that in the end there was still no concrete answers in this case. But when the jury returned just after an hour deliberation, the news for the defense was guilty. Julia Williams had been convicted of helping to cover up a murder for which no one, it appears, will ever be charged. Yeah, the person authorities believed who killed Alan Ross was his wife Linda, but she had already died. It was a relief for Dennis Green, who had lived under years under this cloud of suspicion. As the defendant was led away after the mistake by police, the futile years of investigation had now come to an end. Although we have come to an end in this case, Alan Ross's brother, Brad Ross, isn't quite so sure. His heart still has many questions, knowing that answers may never come. He desperately yearns for the chance to speak with his twin brother, Alan, the man behind the camera, whose fascination with life on the fringe cost him his life. So his brother says, I miss his love because he let me be who I am, and in turn I had to let him be who he is. And the interview goes, so you can't just roll the movie backwards. He's always going to go to Oklahoma. Brad goes, I wish he hadn't. I don't know if I'll ever get over it. So Julia Williams faces up to only 3 years in prison for her involvement in the cover of Alan Ross's murder.
That's it?
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
This isn't the end.
Yeah, no.
This is the end for the case, but this is where it gets spooky. Now we're in the spooky portion. So all you true crime listeners, now it's time to listen to the spooky shit. So
now I'm a little nervous. That was a lot. That was a lot of going on.
Yeah. So due to the nature of the Samaritan Foundation and the weird cult-like symbols they would draw and the occultist behavior, it drew the attention of Zak Bagans. Many investigators have investigated the building where Linda Green held her scary rituals and cult activity. And with all the negativity that she brought with her, evil she brought with her, it also led to very intense paranormal activity in this building. The building in Oklahoma, not the home in Cheyenne, Wyoming.
I figured, because that was where they resided for the longest time.
Yeah. So if you guys want to watch this episode, you're more than welcome, or you can hear my recap. So this is on season 14, episode 3 of Ghost Adventures. The paranormal investigators, as we know, are Zak Bagans, Aaron Goodwin, Jay Wesley, and Billy Tolley. So now I'm just going to dive into this, everybody. So everybody get your horses on because it gets real spooky.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah. So Zak Bagans and the team locate the building, which just so happened to be a once small prison back in 1800, and it was a territorial prison, which I've mentioned. They find the building that was the residence for the cult of the Samaritan Foundation in Guthrie, Oklahoma. Ooh. So Zak Bagans interviews the caretaker of the building. She can be described as like a 5'4" older woman, kind eyes, and wearing a black blazer. Zak asks her if they could do anything for her during their investigation, and what would it be. And she very matter-of-fact states to contact both Linda Green and Alan Ross.
Oh my God, Zachary, I'm freaked out now. Your audio has been fine until up again right now, and you're just starting to get into this shit.
I wouldn't be surprised if more shit keeps happening, because it's gonna get intense, Devin. So if worse shit happens, just know that it's the case.
Your audio sounds like shit, dude. It's so crazy. I wish you could hear what you sound like right now.
I sound like a robot.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, well, I promise you, the campers, you won't be hearing this crazy bad audio. I think it's just you. It might be just the connection, honestly.
But of course, and coincidentally, every time, just weird. We start talking about weird shit. But okay, I'm gonna just say it's the connection.
I'm just sorry. She asked them, "Can you please contact Linda Green and Alan Ross?" Zach was taken back, but we all know Zach was going to do it anyway. He didn't need her permission. Yeah,
of course.
So when the two enter the building, we can see the building is in a late stage of decay. Paint is flaking off. The walls are falling down. Parts of the ceiling have been caved inwards. As well, there was a massive hole in the center of the floor leading down into the basement. Zach and the team for this investigation are going to be taking their time as to not injure themselves, because it's falling apart. So as they walk around to get a feel for the place, Zach states that he is getting a very heavy and very weird feeling, and very creepily. So at one point he just kind of creepily points down the large black hole in the floor where it goes down to the basement. Mm-hmm. He just points. He stops and points, and he goes, "It's down there. I can see 3 dark figures standing there."
Oh, fuck
into the void of the blackness, right? And so the rest of the team is like, okay. Thanks, Zach. So Zach would then invite another paranormal investigator for an interview. And that person is Chris Biggs. Chris has investigated this location before, and Zach invited him so he can learn more about what Chris and his team had experienced there. Mm-hmm. Chris says, "There's something about this place that just draws me to it. There's something negative here." Chris then goes on to say that there is definitely something negative at this building because it has followed some of his team members home. He states that one night, him and his teammate Brian saw the apparition of a little girl following them home. Now, campers, it's very common for negative and diabolical spirits, such as demons or inhuman spirits, to present themselves as a child to trick and deceive their soon-to-be victim of spiritual assault.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. I saw that.
I'm frozen. We're just gonna leave. We're just gonna that didn't happen.
Just leave it. Just leave it and see if it turns back on.
My lamp just turned off. Literally, I went to go stretch my arm, and then it just turned off. Okay, it's fine. It's fine, campers. It's fine. It's fine. I was only just talking about a demon. It's good. It's just.
I swear.
It's just weird.
I swear. This happened last time too, as we were talking about what's his face?
Harold.
We're talking about Harold.
Yeah.
And I mean, last time you weren't. I know you. You don't fuck with me, especially in this way. So for them, just to give them an insight, this shit he doesn't play around. Zachary doesn't play around with this stuff. So I know it's genuine. Him and I would fuck around and whatever when we were younger, but when it comes to this stuff, it's serious. So I believe everything that ever happens.
I'm just gonna hope that it's just my lamp being weird. I mean,
it could be.
It could be. Yeah, it could be. I mean, it hasn't really been acting up lately, so that's why I'm kind of it just starts acting up now, and it hasn't really.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, same with your audio. Your audio has never sounded like this before, too. So
this is weird. Okay, so demons, they can present themselves as children so that you can be like, "Oh my God, little ghost child, let's be friends." And yeah, I'm a little ghost, and then I'm gonna eat your soul. And then you're like, I'm possessed now. So Chris Biggs agrees to take the Ghost Adventures team to the basement when Zach said he sensed and saw the 3 black shadow beings. So he's like, let's go down there. That's where I saw these 3 things. Let's go investigate. So while they were all down in the basement and looking through the dilapidated rooms, they stumble upon some old cultist symbols and documents. Chris pulls out a small card-like paper from the rubble, and on it shows a circle with 3 odd cult symbols drawn. Zach then confirmed that this is an actual cult symbol by showing a reference of an actual document found by their team's researcher.
Okay.
So Chris Biggs' wife, Jamie Biggs, then gets interviewed by Zach. Jamie states that she will never step foot inside that building ever again. She states that during one of their paranormal investigations, she went upstairs in the building looking through some of Alan Ross's possessions. It was a collection of books, letters, documents, manila envelopes, VHS tapes, etc. She states that she was rummaging through Alan Ross's belongings that suddenly something pulled her backwards by her neck and shoulders away from them. She thinks that maybe this would be the spirit of Alan pulling her away from his possessions, or maybe it was Linda Green's spirit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So Jay Wesley, who is one of the investigators, he mentions to the group how often, due to his symbolic tattoos, he will get scratched. And it just so happens he has a tattoo of a barcode, and Linda Green hated barcodes.
Oh,
and it was right here
like
on his right wrist.
Freaky shit.
Yeah. So Zach then reaches out to... Linda Green hated barcodes so much that she would sit her groceries on symbols, her cult symbols, because she said that the barcodes were evil and that the symbols would take their evil out of it.
Like she's trying to expel all the negativity and shit out of
negative evil, but
what
a
she
barcode,
just bought.
Yeah, but a barcode.
Yeah.
Don't eat that. It's still evil. There's a barcode. I gotta put that shit on my symbol.
I wonder if she thought maybe because like they can be tracked or something from barcodes.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
Yeah.
lady was cuckoo. So Zach would then reach out to Darren Evans. He was another paranormal investigator and a demonologist, but he likes to communicate with spirits via Ouija board and other occultist communication methods. Due to him having a vast knowledge of evil spirits, what better yet for him to help Zach and the crew with this investigation? And of course, Darren Evans was down. He was like, "Yeah, I'll help you. Cool. Want to conjure a demon? Let's go." So,
oh my God.
Yeah, Zach was like, "Okay." Zach then states that he has seen Darren expel and bring forth a demon in his own investigations, and wants Darren to join him for the lockdown to do just that.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So Zach hopes that by bringing and summoning this evil into Linda Green's dimension, that she would react spiritually somehow, and maybe by using the occult, it would attract her as well. Because she did use occult-like symbols.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think. I mean, like, yes, to bring her spirit into the presence and whatnot. But what do they think she's gonna do when the fucking demonic presence comes out too? Is she gonna help bring it away? Like
exactly. They're being stupid. That's something I would not do. But
no, I get it. It's all for research. I'll try to make a point, but it's just like, God damn, it's just so scary and risky, and oh my God.
Darren was a little apprehensive and told Zach that he's like, I don't know what might come through. He knows it's usually demonic, but he won't have any control over it, over whatever comes through, but it always provides Darren with answers and results. So Darren agrees to do it, and both him and Zach shake on it. So Zach, Darren, and the crew are now back outside the building. Zach tells the crew they won't be going inside with him, besides Aaron, because he has to film. But they'll be staying outside as Zach and Darren summon a demon through a Ouija board.
Oh my God. Okay.
So they place a table near the hole in the floor where Zach saw the 3 black figures. Zach and Darren sit opposite from one another, and they have the Ouija board in the middle of them, and the 2 symbolic cult cards they found in the basement on either side of the board. So it's card, Ouija board, card, and then on other side, Zach and Darren. Okay. So they're sitting across from each other. So Darren makes a comment that these symbols are demonic. Due to his vast knowledge in demonology, he confirms these symbols to be occultist and demonic. So now Darren and Zach are sitting at the table. Their hands are upon the planchette. They're getting ready to start their session. And Darren says, I'm sitting here with Zak Bagans, and we wish to communicate with the spirit realm. Is something with us now? Zach then says, I just have a really bad feeling around here. Linda Green, if your spirit is here, we have 2 of your cards here with your symbols on them that we found downstairs. Do you wish to communicate something with us? What is on the table? After some time, both investigators don't receive any movement on the planchette of any kind or any manifested sign. Suddenly, Zach starts to get like uncontrollable twitches or like weird jolts of electricity throughout his body, almost like a tick. Zach is taken back by this, but then continues on with trying to communicate with Linda Green. Zach says, I heard some nasty things about you, Linda, and what you did. The planchette on the board begins to move. As soon as the planchette starts moving, Aaron, who is filming them, his camera starts to go in and out of focus. His camera just starts malfunctioning. The Ouija board then gives them 2 letters, J and P. The letters J and P. Now, these are the initials of a man who died in this building. His name was James Phillips, JP, James Phillips. In June of 1907, James Phillips was being held in that prison for murder. He was then found dead in his solitary confinement cell. Many say that he had died from fright due to the gallows being built outside of his window, where eventually he was going to be hanged.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So JP matches the history of the place, right?
Yeah.
After this, someone starts walking in the room behind Aaron. Aaron states that Billy's in the basement investigating, but is nowhere near where the 3 are investigating in the building. So suddenly he starts to hear footsteps walking behind him in the room behind them.
Wait, I thought Zach told them to stay out.
Yeah.
In with
but
them.
at this point, Billy was investigating in the basement.
Oh, so then they just like went in?
I guess, yeah.
Weird.
I guess Zach was like, oh, fuck it, we're going to summon a demon, you can come in.
My God. Well, they're in more of the main room anyways. That they're going down to the basement to investigate. I get it. It doesn't interfere with anything. So whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
I just thought that was funny.
So at this point in the investigation, activity starts to spark within the building, which is great for the investigators. So they have like some kind of proof of the paranormal happenings at this location. Zach then invites Jay into the building so they may use the Ouija board with Darren. Why? Why would they invite Jay? Well, Jay has a barcode tattoo, remember?
The tattoo.
And their main objective is to communicate with Linda Green. So what better than to provoke her spirit with something that she hates?
Oh my God. Okay.
So, Jay is speaking. Both Jay and Darren have their hands on the planchette with the Ouija board in the middle, and Aaron is, off to the side recording them with the camera.
Yeah.
Jay says, "Did you die here?" The planchette slides to no. Jay says, Who do you not like here? The planchette spells out 1, 1, 1, 9. Jay suddenly lets go of the planchette, clearly scared, and tells the crew that the blurred barcode tattoo on his wrist spells out his birthday, November 19th. So 11/19, 1119.
Stop. Oh, that gave me I have goosebumps. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. Also, one of the cards they placed on either side of the Ouija board has the number 19 on it. And on that same card, it has the initials of Jay's name, Jay Wesley, the letters J and W.
What the fuck? Oh, so that's a fucking trip.
Yeah. What a coinky dink that the card also that's sitting next to them has his initials and the number 19.
Yeah, what the fuck? Okay.
So Darren, the other guy, states, this is an intelligent response, and that it was that this was a great idea to bring Jay in, so that it could spark some kind of response from Linda Green, and maybe this was her. They then continue on with the Ouija board experiment. Darren, were you a prisoner here? The planchette moves to no. J, is this your sanctuary? The planchette moves to yes. J, how many spirits are with us? The planchette moves to yes. Are we talking? Darren then goes, are we talking to Linda Green now? And the planchette says yes. Aaron and the team state that it started feeling very ice cold in the room they were in. And campers, if you guys don't know, when spirits are around, they always say the room gets icy cold. So, as
or like it spikes in. Well, it spikes in either or, but drastically.
Drastically, yeah. So, just then, the planchette with both Jay and Darren holding it, starts just circling on the board by itself as they're barely touching it. It just starts circling on the board.
No.
Yeah. So Jay goes, do you like the fact that we are in here, Linda? Like in your sanctuary? And the planchette shoots to no. Just then, footsteps can be heard behind Aaron and a door towards the front of the building slams.
Oh my God.
It's now 12:03 a.m. and Darren and Jay are beginning to get threats on the Ouija board. The Ouija board planchette starts to slide over the letters on the board and it spells K, I, L, L, G, E, T, O, U, T. Kill, get out.
Yeah. Like kill you. I'll kill you, or you get out.
Get out. Yeah. So then Jay goes, how many spirits are around us right now? And the planchette moves to 2. Darren says, what are the initials of the demons? The planchette spells Z, O, Z, O, Z, O, M, A, M, A. Zozo and Mama.
No. The first one. The first one's the biggest no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want to bring background to it. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
So this is key to the investigation, campers, because when Zach and the team investigated the Zozo Demon House in 2014, they also got Zozo and Mama on the Ouija board as well.
Stop.
Yeah,
Stop.
Could this demon be following them or attached to Darren?
Oh my God. Oh, I'm done.
Yeah,
I hate that.
Campers, if you guys don't know what the name Zozo is attached to a very diabolical demon that pops up a lot on Ouija boards, and it is very dangerous. Yeah. So after receiving this message from Zozo and Mama, the overhead camera on the board suddenly dies. So after receiving that, the camera above them filming just boop, kaputs.
Oh my God.
So then Darren and Jay are getting another chilling message on the board, and it's spelled KILLONEOFYOU. Kill one of you. Devon is so shook.
Oh my God.
Then they ask the spirits to explain what the cult cards on the tables mean. Do they mean anything in particular? And that planchette spells JAYFAMILY. J family.
Family.
Who's at the table with them?
Jay.
Jay becomes speechless. He looks away from the board, too scared to look at it. The planchette starts moving again. Jay not even looking at the board as it's spelling this out. It spells out KIDNEY. Kidney. Jay,
what the fuck?
Jay now realizes he can't do the session anymore, and whatever this thing is targeting his family. Jay says whatever that is communicating with is releasing private information about him and his family that none of the crew even know about. Yeah. He states that everything it has said through the board just now relates to him personally, and he just can't do it anymore.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So Zach then sits down with Jay outside to do a debrief on everything that happened. Zach states that yes, he knew going in Darren would be summoning a demon, that it would be dangerous, but he didn't know how it would be possible for Darren to know anything about Jay's personal life because they had never met before. Yeah. Jay wasn't looking at the board for those last two messages, and Darren doesn't even know Jay or the fact that there's something dire going on in his family. Jay reiterates that the crew didn't even know what was happening with this particular family member who was going through kidney health issues, and neither did Darren. Jay was visibly scared and very sunken. Jay then finds it really odd that the back of the card read the number 19, the day of his birthday. It also read bladder and infection, which can correlate to kidney failure. And it also had his initials on the card. Also, the board did spell out his barcode tattoo. Later, it was revealed that Jay's brother is on kidney dialysis and is having kidney failure.
What the fuck? Wait a minute. Wait. That card already had that stuff on it.
Yeah. Like he was meant to be found from the beginning.
Oh my fucking God. That's literally insane. Yeah. Like, it's not like they went in there and fucking, we're just going to write down shit on this fucking card. Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's I can't even. That's literally insane.
Yeah, very much. So Zach states that if this was a demon that came out of the board or the doorway they created, that they got really, that got really personal with Jay, is that they cannot show the demon weakness or that they are not being emotionally affected by it. Zach and the crew quickly grab their gear and head back inside the building. When Zach and Billy enter the building, they pass a large pile of plywood. Suddenly, they both see a large piece of plywood quickly levitate and then slam down onto the floor.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And they barely caught it on camera. So Zach then he quickly tried to debunk it, as maybe, it was being dark in the building and they hit the piece of wood in the dark. But then he shows us, the viewer, the ground where they were walking, there was nothing on the floor. The pile of wood was way farther than where they were walking. And there was literally nothing on the floor around them. Like nothing they could have bumped or knocked to make like a twin-size bed piece of plywood levitate and then fall back down.
What the fuck?
Zach and Billy, when they start to do a paranormal puck session to identify if this was the work of a demon or a human spirit, the paranormal puck campers is a large database of words, and the spirits are said to communicate through this by selecting words or phrases to answer investigators' questions. So they type in an answer, and then the puck will receive an answer from the spirit. So Billy says, "Who did you kill?" The puck then says, "Malevolent." Billy, "Say your name." The puck says, "Holy." Zach says, "Who are you?" No response. "Who do you want to kill?" No response. "What demon is here?" The puck says, "Assault." And then that is the end of their investigation.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So, campers, I'm going to leave this up to you. Do you think this place is really haunted? Right? What do you think? Do you think that was a demon coming through? Do you think it was a demon, if you believe in that thing? Because I know some people don't. I clearly do, and so does Devon. Do you think Linda came through? Do you think that... what do you think about the case with Linda? Do you think she did it? Do you think maybe... I know homeboy, her ex-husband, was ruled out, but do you think maybe he still had a part to play in it? And those are the questions I want to ask you campers. But back to you, Devon. How are you feeling?
I'm trying to decipher that last part you just mentioned with the puck, because usually they can get some pretty
good answers.
Malevolent salt.
Who did you kill? And I said malevolent. Say your name, holy, which if you think of a demon, it's going to trick you into thinking that it's a holy being, right?
Yeah.
Who are you? Didn't respond. What did you? Who did you kill? Didn't respond. And then what demon is here? And it said assault, because demons normally assault. I would assume.
Oh, assault. I thought you said
assault.
like salt. Like
no,
salt.
not like
you eat
salt that you put on your food. No, assault like
assault.
Beat you up. Yeah, assault.
Okay. Anyways, besides all that, wow, that's intense. Everything was intense. I mean, the case itself, interesting. Sucks that they'll never have. I mean, it seems like they'll never have real answers. They had to put it at a close somewhere, right? And I mean, everything did boil down to what I thought too was Linda. I'm gonna assume that's where it ends, but with all this whole investigation, when people say they don't believe in shit, like, I don't get how they don't, because when stuff like this comes out, it's so concrete.
Yeah.
And I mean, yes, we're only going based off what they're saying. Oh, they don't know each other, blah blah blah, whatever. But there's no reason to lie anyways. Why would they, sure, views, whatever, TV, I get that. I get all that shit, but at that same time, this is literally their life, what they dive themselves into and what they commit to, especially Zach himself. There's no way any of this could be staged. Like, it's all too personal. Like, why would Jay's not a fucking actor, why would he get so upset
about it,
physically upset? It's just, all of that is just mind-blowing. It's so crazy.
And I thought, because the tattoo, I'm like, well, maybe Darren, he saw the tattoo, but when Jay shows it in the episode, the tattoo's blown out because it's a barcode, so you get really thin lines close to one another. And if you know anything about tattoos, you put really thin lines next to one another and you press really hard down, it's gonna blow out, and it's gonna look like one. It's gonna look like a solid text of black. You look at your tattoo. It's gonna look like one solid block of text. So if you look at it, it's very blown out, and so are the numbers. You can honestly barely even read it. So I'm like, okay, and it's not like he was touching the planchette with his wrist up. He had his wrist down the entire time, moving it around. So I was like, okay, well, there's that, and there's no reason to lie. It's just freaking the fact that the Zozo came through.
It's just not a good.
No, I've seen
not
too
a good
many
one to talk about or
investigations
anything.
Where that name has been brought up and bad things happen every single time.
Oh, completely. Yeah, they're lucky that nothing
crazy.
Really...
Yeah, but after that, it'd be like, well, I summoned him out. He's gonna be sticking around. I gotta cleanse myself, and I got sage.
Yeah.
Back there, campers, in that little, you see that little candle holder? That's sage. I'm gonna light that shit. The paranormal aspect is definitely very terrifying. The true crime is just, it's sad because they wanted answers for so long, and Linda Green just wasn't gonna give it to them. And even after she died, her followers were still gonna protect her. And defend her, and because at the end of the day, she never, Jamie, right? Her name was Jamie. She never said that Linda shot her at all.
Yeah.
No, I mean, she shot him. She never said that. It was her the ex-husband. So,
I'm wondering if Linda never came forward because maybe literally she was too far gone mentally.
Yeah, honestly, I believe that. I believe that wholeheartedly. I mean, it sucks to see someone go through mental duress, right? Because you always want people that have a serious issue like that to get the help that they need. And it seemed like her family was trying to get that help for her, remember, because she got admitted. But it didn't last.
No.
I mean, especially with their conflicting stories, and also she was very charismatic, and she believed a lot of kooky stuff, vampires and faxes, and I think she probably believed that she never really did it.
Yeah, she was just mentally gone the whole time. Fuck.
Yeah, campers, well, let us know what you think. Join our Discord. We have an episode discussion tab. We can talk about this whole episode. It was a really long episode, but honestly, it's a lot. It's a big one to unpack. It's a lot to talk about. Yeah, and it's also a cult that not many people know about. So it's a case that, again, not many people are familiar with, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. But before we end out today's episode, we're going to, do some jokes. Some jokes. So let's cut to music, and we're going to play belly dancing music. A-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
I like it. I like it a lot.
And we're back, campers. We got some jokes for you guys. And here we go. So my friend got into hot water with a cult of mimes. They committed unspeakable acts of violence against him.
Stop.
So my other friend joined a cult. They believe that one day they will cease to exist in their human form and become water vapor. I told him, "You will be missed." That one's good. That's really
I
good.
like that one.
So the difference between a cult and a religion: in a cult, there's a guy at the top who knows it's a scam. In a religion, that guy is dead.
Oh my god.
Oh
my god.
That was a bird.
That was a bird. Oof.
Oof. Oof. I love religion. This is just jokes, everybody.
Oh my god.
Anyways, campers, thank you guys for listening. Please follow us on Instagram at
campinsomnia_podcast.
That's right. And you can find all of our links in our
link tree, which is located in the bio of everything you're listening to right now.
Exactly. And if you're blind, I'm sorry we don't have an umbrella yet. I'll make it happen somehow. Do not hold my word on that. Because I don't know how to do that audially. But we'll try it. We'll figure it out. Thank you. I don't know. I'm just trying to help our blind listeners, okay?
Oh my god.
I also want to give a huge shout out. We've been getting listeners in Greece recently.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, so hello, Greece, of all places.
I know.
Greece?
Hi, welcome.
That's so cool.
Welcome.
Get us more listeners in Greece. Spread the word.
It.
Spread the word. Let's take over Greece. Camp Insomnia, Greece. I hope that they listen to this episode and they stop. They don't stop. So let's hope.
They're like,
the Greece listener.
They see us.
I see you, boo. And to all of our listeners, thank you so much for supporting us in this podcast and supporting camp. Please be out there recruiting other campers for Camp Insomnia. The more, the better, to make this fun and more sacrifices to the forest, because we're running a little low, and Clarence needs also some souls to eat as well. Not to say we would sacrifice you or anything. We would never. But that's how Devon and I stay immortal. So.
But think of the. Don't be telling our secrets.
Okay. Oops. I didn't say that.
We gotta make sure little Clarence and his friends are taken care of. Support the dolls. Support the dolls.
Support the dolls. Hashtag support the dolls. There we go. Oh my god, like RuPaul's Drag Race. Hashtag support the dolls.
The turn and everything. I love it.
The turn. I mean, the best doll win. Okay. So stupid. All right, campers, thank you guys for listening so much, and good luck trying to sleep tonight.
Yeah, good luck to them, good luck to us, and please don't say the Z word. Don't say the Z word name. No, do not speak of it.
And don't mess with Ouija boards. Thank you very much.
Yes, no, seriously. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. All right, bye, campers.
Bye.
Bye.